Welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect, as we are now in that situation where we have to wait for the international break to come to an end so that some football could continue. So I just thought, let me sit down on this place where I'm sitting, just talk about what's happening, and maybe ask a question: what that Jesus is going wrong with Manchester United? I know so many people have not really asked this question, so I said, okay, let me do me the favor. Let me just really try to be the guy who comes in and actually explain, because things are a mess. When it comes to Old Trafford, when it comes to Manchester United, when it comes to Erik ten Hag, things are a mess. Let's get into this, because there are two ways I'm going to say to this. It's either Erik ten Hag is the most unluckiest man, the person who's so unlucky in the whole world, or the most unluckiest man in the world, or maybe something is just up with Manchester United as a club. Let me just run to you. Let me just remind you what has happened in the past two seasons, the last season and the season we are in. And maybe you become the one who gives me advice how exactly is happening with Manchester United. So, Erik ten Hag signed for Manchester United. Yes, that happened. So it means that whoever the guy was making a formation of 4-2-2-2-2, I think they called him Rangnick, was sacked by Manchester United. Happy time, because an official manager has actually joined this big club. This big club we used to know that did it in the past. I'm actually repeating what I heard from an Arsenal fan today, that these Manchester United fans are busy telling people that, please fear us, we used to be big. That was weird. Anyway, so let's get back to what I'm talking about. Manchester United as a football club, they've been going through shambles. So Erik ten Hag got the goat Erik ten Hag as a manager, while they were still trying to deal with the Mason Greenwood issue, which, by the way, he was actually told that is free. But this guy was still going through whatever they call investigation, whatever, with Manchester United. I don't know if I'm really saying this okay in terms of timescales, in terms of how the things played out, but it also happened in the Erik ten Hag era. He came in, he gets the big egos out of the club, sacked the Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo had one of those craziest interviews he had, talked about so many things. That's one player who decided to cause chaos and havoc. He left. The second thing that happened after Cristiano Ronaldo, you want to know what happened? Erik ten Hag signed some of the best players he believes. He came up with this Casemiro, the Butcher, Lisandro Martinez, Anthony, the wonder, the Brazilian striker who was going to turn the whole world upside down. Then I don't really remember what the other ones. Yeah, I think, and Christian Eriksen, the retired old man who was coming in back to the Premier League to prove how much of a big star he is. And of course, there was a fairy tale story about Christian Eriksen. Remember, the peacemaker almost died in the pitch. Everyone was fuzzing. We're so happy and fuzzing their tam-tam, according to Simon Miller. Anyway, but you understand where this story came from. There is a good story being told here by the players it's getting, and there is a crazy, horrible story that is happening with the players who are leaving. At this moment, the people who are on the chopping block are Cristiano Ronaldo, because he has a big ego, going out. And we had the Mason Mount still lurking in the shadows. It was just all over, like, in the shadows. That was something that was happening there. We were really never going to get into that. As we kept on moving with this United squad, he started playing so well, good football, started winning games, looking like Manchester United of old is back, looking like every fan is getting crazy. They're beating the bigger teams. Yeah, they beat the Arsenals, they beat the Man Cities, they beat the Liverpools as well, if I'm not mistaken. Things are looking up. And now everyone are looking at Cristiano Ronaldo as being the bad guy. But now it comes back to the second part of the season. Now they have to go away to the teams that they were beating, the bigger teams. Got hammered by Man City by 6-3 or something like that. They also lost to Liverpool by 7-0, but we'll never talk about it because it gets other people so triggered. So we'll leave it there. But this is still the same timeline of Manchester United. Things are up, things are down. We are getting they're in the top 4. Everyone is excited. They finished number 3 in the season. But look what's still happening. Mason Greenwood interview, they tried to find a way of finding a way to deal with it until the player was sacked. There was also a problem with Jadon Sancho. We were not told that the manager sent him to his home country to go deal with whatever that was going on, the personal demons that he was dealing with, according to this one, which we are inclined to never judge, because, you know, if you say something like that with the player who's actually going there, when it come out, trust me, the Dele Alli situation has taught football fans that sometimes you don't have to run too far before you get the entire bigger picture. So we leave it at there. We don't get into that. Fast forward to this season, he wants to get players out. Harry Maguire is refusing to go. That's the transfer window. Harry Maguire is refusing to go. There's this guy by the McTominay also supposed to go, is refusing to go. Who else? He decided to sign Mason Mount. He believes he's a star who's going to come and change Manchester United, take them out of where they are. Bruno Fernandes, who showed in some of the games last season, like the Liverpool, that he's not incapable of being a leader, is now decided to be chosen that he is the club captain. Everyone are hippie proud of this guy. Things are going rosy, but the players are not leaving. They are not managing to get because in this season it was different. They needed to get players out for them to get players in. Sophia Amrabat, who they've not managed to get on loan, was the main man after the Mount and the other people were sold. Players are refusing to go. It means that player power, whether Erik ten Hag showed that he's powerful in the beginning, still failing because the players are not leaving the club. You know, they're really not leaving the club. Donny is still in the shadow. We still don't even know what's happening up to now. It looks like they play a preseason game with us now. It looks like everything is working so well. You would expect that the guy who scored in the game, Jadon Sancho, could be there. Now it comes out that the manager says that he's not training well. He's not happy with him. He's irritated by him with whatever he's doing. Now when you look at it on the other side, it looks like Jadon Sancho is not happy. What is this guy decided to do? Get on social media. Do not believe Erik ten Hag. He's a liar. Whatever you believe on that thing, it's up to you. The story is saying something else, but he's just telling everyone online, the fans and not the fans, do not believe in this manager. He is a liar of what's happening here. That is something that is coming up. So it means Cristiano Ronaldo turned against the manager. This guy now, Jadon Sancho, looks like he's turned against the manager. What you are being told right now that there is a meeting between United. They're not happy. They're thinking of sacking this guy by the name of Jadon Sancho. So is it now that every single time whenever a player does something with United, they decide to sack the player like the way they're doing? And why is that? It is the only team that find themselves in this type of situation. Mason Greenwood can no longer play for United again, but because he can no longer play for United again, what are we gonna do? We're gonna put him on loan like we are fools. We know that he's going to come back in a year later. We know that they wanted the world to. That's why, if you could notice, the Getafe situation is to put him in the limelight to show how much of a star he is. Everything is forgiven and he'll be back in the game. That's what I believe, especially. So you never know on that one. Antony is being investigated by the Brazilian court about him harassing and almost murdering his wife or girlfriend. Where I'm being told the same Greenwood situation is happening again. Cristiano Ronaldo sack, Greenwood sack because of the domestic abuse. Antony is being investigated. Jadon Sancho about to be sacked. Harry Maguire doesn't want to leave the club. Scott McTominay doesn't want to leave the club. Erik ten Hag is losing his mind on public television, calling up people. He's the one who came up with the eras comes to an end. Can I remind the world what these guys used to do? These people used to quote Erik ten Hag like he was Sir Eric the Great. Now things are going upside down. He's losing his mind, turning the whole entire people against him. He's saying that against us now. The whole entire world, the media, the referees, everything, even the team that they were playing against, they were against them. That's why they lost against us now. So my question is this. What the hell is happening with Manchester United? And I want you to tell me as a Manchester United fan, are you happy with what's happening, how the situation is playing out, and how your team looks terrible right now? Do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. I just said, let me show you this time loop and everything that has been happening with the United cause. It's crazy. We are out. Peace. Subscribe.